the first years you start to create, you go always crazy, you put much as possible things, but actually now I think it's really silly.
當我以為我已經見過紅豆軍艦，見過唔同嘅軍艦嘅時候咧，抹茶雪糕魚子醬軍艦咧，我真係未見過。
Starts with the starch.
Nice.
I think that's really typical Finnish meal.
講起北歐，大家會諗起啲咩呢？家私鋪、聖誕老人，定係最快樂嘅國家呢？每個人都有唔同嘅答案。不過講起北歐菜，你哋又知道幾多呢？比較留意飲食嘅朋友咧，可能有聽過曾經攞過全球最佳餐廳嘅 Noma。不過再講多幾句咧，可能印象已經好模糊嘅，唔係好知乜嘢為止係北歐菜。而想知呢個答案咧，我亦都相信喺香港咧，冇人比佢更有資格去解釋俾大家聽。佢就係咧2星米芝蓮餐廳 Arbor 嘅主廚 Chef Eric Räty。So hello, Chef Eric. I'm so happy to be at Arbor here today and to meet you again in person. You know, like before we start, I really want to say I actually have seen you so many times back then when I worked in PMQ at the Taste Library.
Yeah.
And the Taste Library is like a library filled with cookbooks there. And then I see Chef there like pretty much 3 times a week, and he's super hardworking. He's doing his research there, and that's why. But back then we didn't really have a chance to talk like this. So.
Sometimes falling asleep with a book.
Oh, I didn't know that. I always thought you were studying inside. Back then I didn't have opportunity to talk to you, and today is a really good chance to talk about it. So first of all, at Arbor here, I know you're doing like Nordic and Japanese theme. And first of all, can you tell us about like what exactly is Nordic cuisine? Because I think a lot of people doesn't really know what exactly it is.
Yeah, I think the Nordic cuisine, like again, Nordic countries, we have like the Finland, where I'm from, Sweden, Denmark, Norway. But in the Finland, let's say we are a little bit more like simple, humble. Food is more like from forest. And from the lakes, since we have lots of the lakes in Finland.
Yeah.
And overall, like the Nordic cuisine, the old way is really simple. Really simple, like because long winter, so lots of the preserved food to survive over the long winter like that.
But would you say like, is there certain like flavor combination that make people think of Finland or Nordic? Well, just like when we think of, okay, let's say basil, tomato, olive oil, we would think about Italian cuisine, maybe, I don't know, soy sauce and sugar, maybe more like Chinese, Japanese cuisine.
I think like if they think Scandinavia Nordic is the pickling, acidity, like you know, this kind of the preserved, like the fermentation, salty, acidic, like preserve the flavors like that.
I see.
Yeah.
This kind of like pickling preservation style of cooking, people there in Nordic family, they do that often?
Yes, like because we have really like the 4 season, like the summertime, things growing up, like the potatoes, all the vegetables, more close to autumn, the berries start coming out. So the seasons are short. And then you need to preserve it, like like potatoes, vegetables, we put in the root cellar to keep it in dark place under the ground, so it can survive over the whole winter until next spring. And then like berries, you make the juice, or like lingon berries, you just add the sugar inside and you can keep it in jar like for 1 year. So it's really, you need to catch the season and then preserve it to think the whole winter. Of course, now it's different because we have the fridge, but still like the flavor profile, the traditions keep going, and I think it's funny sometimes like now the fermentation is kind of the fancy word. Once I start read some like Noma cookbooks or something before, and the fermentation, I need to check what is the fermentation. The once I read, this one is the basic thing what we do in the home.
I see.
It's like the remarketing for the...
True, that's true. But do you do those kind of fermentation here at Arbor as well?
Yes, we do some. And of course, like in Japan, we have many nice craftsmen. We buy directly from them, like miso. We do some small amounts, maybe ourselves, but for bigger volumes, we find some nice good craftsmen to do it for us like that. Yeah, that's something like that always stays in the back, like some kind of the pickling thing like that.
And I always see like a lot of like Nordic restaurant, they would kind of emphasize the zero waste kind of theme like that. Just like you say, like you use the kombu after you make the oil and everything. I think this kind of a mentality is a really Nordic thing.
Yeah, I think for us it's common sense. That's what we learn in the home. Like you don't waste and you use everything. You cannot just cut the best piece of the fish fillet and the rest go in the garbage or something like that.
But does that also affect you to have the interest in using a lot of Japanese ingredients? Because when I look at your interview and everything, you actually didn't stay in Japan to work, but when you have your own restaurant, you actually put that element, like you emphasize that element. Is there a reason related to your Nordic background?
I think like that Nordic and Japanese, there's lots of the similar things behind, like the design and the kind of the common sense, how to think about the life, food, and then like the practical. Also the mindset of the people is something like a little bit stubborn, quiet first, like that, okay, we do it like this. More and more you go deeper in the Japan things, more you find like the connections, like the sudden, some like the home cooking dishes, like actually, oh, this is really close. In Finland we do without the soya sauce, but you know, it's the idea is really same. Many things actually just come naturally. And then sometimes you already done it and then later on you learn actually it makes really sense. I never think before like that deeply. I just like what I like and do it, but then later on I find it the connection. Some dishes like that you find the connections early and then you create the dish. Sometimes you just do it with the different memories from Finland, Japan, and just put it on the plate and go. But then after like a while, then you learn actually where the idea comes from or how that is connected with the food. And especially I love the sushi, like the top high-end sushi places, because the sushi itself is simple, but there's so many hidden things behind, like that use correct kind of the salt, or how to keep the fish with different paper or different like with the ice or without the ice, different place in the fridge. There's many small hidden things, and those hidden things you understand, then you can really improve the flavor like that.
And also from the plating of your food as well, right? I would say most of them are relatively simple in a way for the looking. But then of course like all the flavor you need to do behind it, the preparation behind the food, like you did a lot of things. So that one is also like you think it's the Japanese side of it or that's the Nordic side of it, the style of plating?
I think it's going more like the Japanese. I think that the clean like piece of the nigiri sushi. Sometimes like the how is like the clear, simple looking, easy to understand the dish. But once you eat, then you have more layers than you expected. Like that. Now maybe almost 20 years in kitchen. The first years you start to create, you go always crazy. You put much as possible things, and you think first the outlook, and then you come with the flavor. But I think some point you start to realize, especially you work more with the Japanese chefs. No, I've worked first for the flavor, and then I built the other things after that. We are now open 7 years in Arbor. Like I think first beginning we use lots of the herbs or something, decoration. But actually now I think it's really silly, like it's just meaningless, like no flavor or it doesn't match for the actual dish. Looks
you
good,
put
but
it because there's a purpose. You put it there,
and
not
sometimes,
just for the look. Right?
Yeah, and sometimes it's easy to hide with the beautiful herb, some small things. But once you practice, use the knife, how do you cut it better, and there's nothing to hide like that.
How do you balance the elements there? Like, would you worry? Maybe some people would find it, this is like a Japanese dish, it's too Japanese, or some people may not understand the Nordic part of the
Yeah, I think there's always the risk. Sometimes I also kind of overthink, but now lately I try like not think too much. If you feel you have interest, you have the idea, you just go and do it, and then you see how people react. I feel quite lucky that normally the local taste kind of they accept what we're doing here in Arbor. I think that's the flavor profile. Again, it's not too Nordic, so then I think it's still more on the light side, more aromatic. So then it works for the Asian taste as well, like that. Without I feel like I compromise what I'm doing like that.
Would you ever thought of sometime when you're you have the operation go really smoothly. Would you ever want to push the Nordic side a little bit more, or?
Of course, I wish to do more Nordic things as well, but then I still working on getting more ingredients from Scandinavia, especially from Finland. I think that supply we can easily get many good things from Japan or other Europe, but from the Finland is still working on get better supply there.
Well, I think hope we'll send this video to those the government in Finland, and then they were like, okay,
we're working on something, but in Hong Kong things happen fast, but in Finland it's a different speed.
Yeah, in Finland, how's the atmosphere in working in a kitchen? I remember you worked in a chef's Dominique there. What about in those kind of 2-star restaurant? Do people work really fast? Or?
Yeah, I think I was lucky to start in place where I was really demanding for the speed, for quality. So you learn from all the best people to make it nice and keep the speed. I always remember the first day I go in the kitchen as the dishwasher, do the trial shift, and the energy in the kitchen was everyone running is super busy, and that's I wanna be part of that. And then it's you first thing if you do faster, you can do it more, so you can be more involved with the other things. So then you try to be fast as possible to be able to learn more things like that.
When you work in Germany, you work as a pastry chef as well. Did you bring that kind of style in Arbor as well? Like the chef here, do they need to do all this kind of different
I think
of cooking as well?
Yeah, now we, of course, some people more cook the meat, prepare the seafood, but overall we try mix up much as possible so that everyone knows. Most of people also know the pastry, or the pastry know the cold kitchen. Because I think for us also the whole tasting menu, I wanna have the whole experience, the balance between the first course and last course, even dessert you have some salt, or the sweetness is not too high. And then sometimes some appetizer maybe we use kind of the pastry technique, but in the savory way. I think in that way we can blend more different techniques and then have the better balance for.
That's true. I think in that way you also have a better team as well, because at the end everyone know what everyone is doing.
And again, it's good challenge, but if you take that challenge and you improve yourself, one day you open your own restaurants or you go work somewhere else to higher position, then you can handle actually a lot. All those skills like pastry or kitchen is still lots of the basic skills needed in both sides.
Totally. So how often do you change your items on your menu?
The menu we write always simple way as possible. So it's if for example the tomato salmon what we saw, we just write the ebi.
Just one word?
Yes, one word. And it's also ebi, so we can now we mostly use the Potan ebi. We can get the nice quality from Hokkaido. But suddenly bad weather and morning the supplier sent not in the aeroplane, they didn't find it. So then we can change the ama ebi or even the langoustine or something. So have the flexibility. Some of things stay more long time, or more signature style, the caviar dessert. That one we didn't touch too much. Just some fine tune for the flavors and textures, but the outlook stays same. Now I think the spring is coming. Last week we changed almost every day something. So it's going in the waves. There's some good season, lots of the good things come. You need to change more often.
But would it be challenging as well, if you always change the little thing, for your team? Would it be okay, today I'm doing this, I'm trying to prep more, but then tomorrow there's a sudden change?
Yes, of
how
course.
Do you balance it, or how do you manage it?
It's the challenge, but I think it's also important to stay challenged. I can see once the dish becomes just the routines, the quality drops straight away 50%. Maybe this looks same, but the attention for details and the flavor start disappearing. So then you need also sometimes even the staple dish, we need to redo it and taste it one more time and check the recipe. What we can actually improve it. Because if you do it too long time, you start to lose the attention, and then I think that the soul of the dish start disappearing.
And Chef, I think you're about to start your service, so I will let you to work first, but I will go to try your food later. And can I also go to your kitchen and learn some of the dishes after your service?
Yeah, of course. I'm gonna show some layers of the different dishes like that.
That's great. Thank you, Chef.
Yep.
咁喺 Arbor 呢度咧，夜晚嘅 course 咧有6個或者9個 course 啦。咁而咧通常咧頭一兩個 course 咧就會有呢個 Carolina Pie 喺度嘅。咁講真咧，我其實之前咧有一次喺啲出面嘅 food fair 咧有食過呢個咁傳統嘅芬蘭 pastry。我對佢印象咁深刻嘅原因咧，因為正路其實真係大家未必好知。即係北歐啊、芬蘭有啲咩嘅小食，而嗰次咧有一個檔仔就係買佢嘅時候咧，而佢係賣得非常之貴。我用嗰個 token 嚟用100幾蚊食呢個小食，所以我到今日咧對呢個食物嘅印象係非常之深。咁但係咧，當喺 Arbor 呢邊去食嘅時候啦，咁當然就唔會係咁簡單，係平時嘅一個pastry 裡面擺一啲嘅可能牛油啊或者蛋嘅芝士等等嘅一個 mixture 啦。咁但係呢邊咧其實睇到咧，佢裡面係用咗一個日本嘅米喺中間，咁仲有側邊咧，其實有即係好多嘅魚子醬啦，同埋一啲係切得好靚嘅蛋白喺嗰度。咁下面仲有一個係蛋黃嘅 butter sauce， 咁我就可以咧滗佢咧放喺呢個 Carolina Pie 上面嘅。咁而呢個 pastry 咧，佢其實係用一啲 rye flour 一啲裸麥去做嘅出面，咁所以相對嚟，我相信食落去嗰個味道咧係會有一個即係再重啲嘅味道啦。咁啊，試一試佢先。當上面咧有咁多咖啡啊，仲要中間咬到嗰啲飯嘅時候咧，雖然佢外表係一個好西式嘅食物，但係我第一下係真係會覺得有一種好似食緊壽司嘅感覺啊！佢嗰魚子嗰個鹹香味咧，其實係好出。因為我上次話喺出面一啲 food fair 食嗰個咧，佢係有大量嘅牛油芝士咧，其實我食咗落去我係唔係好知自己食咗啲咩，淨係即係一啲好重嘅即係 buttery 嘅味。咁但係呢一個我係會覺得同我食嗰個 version 係一個幾唔同嘅 version。咁而且呢個切碎嘅蛋白咧，亦都真係好令我記翻起就係一啲好俄羅斯嘅菜式咧，其實都係會將一啲蛋白刨到好靚啊，切到好靚啊，所以都係有嗰個嘅影子喺嗰度。咁當然食完呢個 Carolina Pie 之外咧，亦都有一個其實係好傳統嘅芬蘭嘅一個魚湯。咁正路咧，其實北歐去做呢啲湯嘅時候咧，好多時會用係三文魚啊，即係整到落去，其實個顏色通常會粉紅啲。咁但係當呢一度咧就係用翻一啲嗰啲叫大葱啦、leek 啦，咁同埋佢哋今次用嘅魚咧係用鯛魚，即係我哋通常香港人如果食拉麵啊，即係嗰啲魚湯底咧就係用鯛魚，佢上面仲有一滴嘅一個鯛 oil 喺度，所以係有少少嘅香味。佢入口嗰種好濃、好結嘅口感咧，係好西式嘅湯，但係入去嘅時候咧，亦都係真係令我即刻諗起一啲日本嘅湯嘅原因就係嗰個鯛魚味好出，即係飲落去咧，個味道係一個好日式嘅味道，但係口感係一個好西式嘅湯，好飲好飲。當嚟到呢個 course 嘅時候咧，其實頭先睇 menu 咧，佢上面係寫 Arbor 係隻蝦啦，我原本係幻想緊究竟係一隻點樣煮嘅蝦咧，但係嚟到嘅時候咧，原來係一碗麵，而且咧嗰個外表咧，即係呢個菜式咧，我係覺得好舒服，因為而家嘅天氣開始係夏天，但係你見到呢一個咧係一種清涼嘅感覺，面頭一啲咧望落去你以為凍冰冰係一啲冰嘅時候咧，但係嗰啲其實係一啲啫喱嚟，就係用咗咧嗰個番茄達斯嗰個高湯咧去做出嚟嘅一啲啫喱喺面，咁而望落去咧係成碗嘢真係好靚嘅，有啲似係真係一個日式嗰種池塘啊水池咁樣，有唔同嘅一啲海藻類嘅東西，應該有一啲係水雲啊，有啲唔同嘅昆布喺裏面，咁仲有一點點一粒粒嗰啲咧係一啲 basil seed， 即係真心係有少少好似唔係好捨得食佢，咁但係即係冇辦法，欣賞完係真係要試試個味道先。哇，好清新喎！即係咧，當你擺到咁埋即係食呢碗麵嘅時候，你聞到咧係即係刨喺面頭嘅一啲即係 citrus 一啲青檸嘅皮啦，同埋食落去咧，即係 for sure， 因為有一啲嘅醋喺裏面咧，就係一啲好開胃嘅感覺。所以點解係即係加埋咧水雲，平時係有一種好似黏住嘅口感咧。當幾樣嘢加埋落呢啲麵度啊，即係呢個夏天係真係好需要一啲咁嘅食物。 當食咗2啖之後咧，我終於見到個主角啦，就係牡丹蝦本人。咁仲要咧，其實佢頭先面頭係有一個新鮮嘅 wasabi 啦。咁所以呢個菜式咧，即係作為頭嘅一個 course 咧，我覺得佢都係好想話俾大家聽，即係你喺 Arbor 呢度，即係好快俾你睇到佢嗰個芬蘭嘅面向。然後呢一個咧就係佢好日式嘅一個元素咧，都喺度俾埋你睇到。輪到 main dish 嘅 course 咧，呢一個 pigeon 咧係已經喺個 menu 上面，即係好耐，因為係非常 signature 一個 dish 啦。咁呢一個係嚟自法國 Loire Valley 嘅 pigeon。咁望落去咧，整體個擺盤咧係一個比較簡潔啲，即係我覺得呢一個係一個比較即係可能係北歐啲嘅擺盤啦。咁而呢個 pigeon 上面咧，即係望到其實一啲香草之外咧，即係我聞到一個特別嘅香味係咩咧？頭先同事講咗咧，原來就係加咗一啲嘅沖繩黑糖喺上面，然後先再去燒一燒佢。咁所以咧食落去咧係應該 suppose 係有一個脆脆啲嘅皮啦，而裡面仲有一啲非常 tender 嘅肉喺裡面嘅。咁而旁邊咧係即係你會見到係有少少唔同嘅一啲伴碟啊，即係一啲好似唔同嘅醬。咁譬如有一個係洋葱嘅 chutney 啦。black garlic 嘅 mousse 啦，lingonberry 啦，同埋一個山椒喺度。咁然後之係你會睇到係，喂應該係有甜味啊，有一啲叫做可能辣辣啲嘅味道啊，酸味。所以你嗰個味道其實最後想點樣咧？你其實可以有少少嘅自由組合。咁所以唔好講咁多，試一試佢先。煮得好好喎嗰個甲，你見佢嗰個顏色咧，嗰個肉質咧係好一致嘅。頭先講係一個 medium rare 嘅狀態，非常粉嫩嘅肉啊。咁第一個梗係試咗佢個原味先啦。咁頭先有講，因為個表面啊，其實係已經有好多嘅 seasoning 喺上面。其實就咁食咧，我都係已經覺得係非常好食。咁但係當然，如果你想再多啲層次咧，我哋而家試下配埋佢側邊嗰啲嘢試下先。試咗個洋葱先。哇！佢呢個洋葱簡直好似一個果乾咁嘅狀態，我相信係應該好甜、好濃縮嘅味道。即係真心講，淨係呢個洋葱嘅，我已經覺得係好好食。因為整體咧整呢啲caramel 或者洋葱咧，你只要煮燶少少咧，其實嗰個苦味喺度。但係呢嚿嘢咧係完全係嗰種甜味咧，即係嗰種冇洋葱嗰種刺激味，但係嗰種甜味係即係完全喺個口腔嗰度即係逗留緊。咁試翻啲北歐嘢啦，咁就係呢個 lingonberry 啦。lingonberry 好多人係覺得，即係 even 我自己都係覺得同呢個 cranberry 好似嘅外表。咁但係其實食落去咧 ，cranberry 嗰種酸味咧係太 sharp，所以好多時咧整嗰啲 cranberry sauce 咧就要加大量嘅糖去。但係咧 lingonberry 咧相對地就係冇咁酸，即係可以食到翻即係原本比較係一啲 berry 味嘅味道，同埋即係好靚啊！嗰件事係即刻令我諗起，就係北歐菜式啊！相對地，我諗呢個係大家可能會熟悉啲嘅味道。但係都係嗰句，可能係出面有好多係用 cranberry sauce 去扮呢個 lingonberry。咁如果你係中意真係嗰個刺激啲嘅味啦，佢哋呢度都係有一個即係有碼嘅山椒啦，咁可以另外咧再多啲嗰個 spices 嘅味道，好正！即係一嚿肉你可以有加埋4-5種唔同嘅食法。咁當然咧側邊點解會有一個 Brussels sprout 喺度咧？就係你都明白一個 pigeon 唔係淨係得嗰個胸噶嘛。咁佢仲有個腳咧，就攞去做咗 confit 啦，咁所以有啲肉喺裏面啦。咁亦都仲有係佢嗰啲嘅肝啊、個心啊、一啲嘅唔同嘅內臟咧，就係將佢咧包咗喺呢一個嘅Brussels sprout 裏面。而側邊咧，我見到嘅時候，我諗緊係咪 Arbor？ 因為佢係一個 Nordic Japanese fusion 嘅時候，係咪用一啲自己整嘅醬油咧？但係其實唔係，嗰啲唔係豉油嚟，嗰啲其實都係用翻個 pigeon 個 reduce 個 juice 咧，咁所以應該係一個好濃縮嘅味道嚟。味道真係非常之濃，佢係真係因為加咗嗰啲 liver 啊，嗰啲腳嘅話係一啲 dark meat 咧，佢嗰個肉質咧係即係相對地係有多啲唔同嘅元素喺裏面，所以我亦都明白咧點解呢個菜式咧可以係成為呢度擺咗咁長時間嘅一個 signature dish， 因為真係好出色。嚟到甜品嘅部分咧，又係啦，喺 menu 上面寫咧係呢個玄米茶同埋 caviar。嚟到嘅時候咧，我就會想同自己講咧，就係當我以為我已經見過紅豆軍艦，見過唔同嘅軍艦嘅時候咧，當呢個係抹茶雪糕魚子醬軍艦咧，我真係未見過。即係嗰個感覺咧，你係真係好似好想揸住佢當一嚿壽司咁食。咁但係當然咧，呢個只係一個 idea，一個 inspiration。雖然似軍艦，但係你咧喺佢嗰個 出面嗰個紫菜嗰度咧，你見到咧，裡面係一啲 cream 嘅，嗰啲 cream 應該係一啲綠茶嘅 cream 啊，同埋個底咧，你見到個餅底咧，嗰個就係一個玄米茶嘅餅底。不過話齋呢啲雪糕嘅甜品咧，就真係唔適宜影太耐講太耐嘅，我哋真係快啲試下先。頭先好似太興奮啦，我好似講錯咗，原來呢個係玄米茶嘅雪糕。玄米茶雪糕、抹茶 cream、玄米茶餅底、紫菜同埋魚子醬加埋一齊，究竟係點嘅咧？仲有隱藏嘅元素啊，就係有粒摩薯喺裏面。個魚子醬其實講真係比係一啲嘅鹹味喺嗰度，但係你又唔係好覺佢有一個即係腥味啊。當你喺嗰個雪糕嘅甜嘅雪糕上面擺多一啲嘅鹹嘅味道咧，其實嗰個茶香啊，嗰甜味咧係會再出好多。我真心會形容算係我近期食過應該最好味嘅一個甜品之一。即係無論係外表嘅一個衝擊，加埋味道嘅衝擊，佢有摩薯嗰個煙韌啦，有凍嘅口感啦。然後咬落去又有一啲脆，仲要唔同嘅脆啦，即係紫菜嘅脆啊，餅底嘅脆，即係呢一個嘅甜品係好多層次，即係我真係覺得好好食呢個。So hi Chef Eric. So what are you going to show me today?
Yeah, we're gonna start with the Karelian pie, traditional Finnish savory pastry.
But normally like not in your restaurant, but the traditional one, like what do people put in there?
So the traditional way is like just the rye flour, water, salt, the dough. So it's really simple, rustic.
Yeah.
And filled with the rice cooked with the milk, add some butter. And the traditional garnish basically is just the egg butter. So like hard-boiled egg, soft butter mixed together, and that's it.
But they actually use rice in Nordic countries as well?
Yes, old way they use the rice, but mostly it's like the inside like the fillings. We don't. Okay. It's not like the steamed rice in Asia, but basically in the pastry they use to reduce amount of the meat because meat was limited. So you just add like the filling, use the rice.
Okay. So just like some kind of starch in there.
Yes, starch with the starch.
I see.
I think that's really typical Finnish meal. Then we use two kind of the rye flour, some fine one and some like the more coarse one. And a little bit the wheat flour, so it's give a little bit more flexibility like that.
I see. Is it because like rye is like one of the main grain in Northern Europe? Like
yes, it's like the old way. Don't have too much the wheat. It's more like the rye paste.
Yeah.
So that's why more recipes are like the paste for the rye. Everything is like in Finland, let's say more rustic. Like also the rye bread. It's sourdough base, but it's not too fluffy, normally quite dense. Like the more simple, more rustic like that. Most common is the rice, but also some people fill with like the kind of the mashed potato. Or some other like the vegetables like carrots.
I think I tried one in a food fair before, and then I think they put a lot of butter or probably potato. But the last time I didn't have rice in mine.
Yeah, have some different versions also. The rice one I think is the most basic like that.
Oh, so this one is the rice.
Yeah, so the rice I already cook it because need time to rest. So first like the cook with the water, and once the water is reduced, then we add some milk. And then once the rice is almost cooked, we take on the side and we add butter.
But do you put any like spices as well?
For us, the spices are really the old way. It's just like the salt, pepper, like white pepper. Maybe like allspice, bay leaf.
Cardamom sometimes?
Yes, but the cardamom and cinnamons we use more like for sweet pastries.
I see.
Like cinnamon bun, cardamom bun. So that's why for me, like sometimes the Cantonese, like the 5 spice that mix feels still a little bit strange for me.
Yeah, that's what I heard. A lot of
like the hot pastries in the home like that.
And that's why a lot of local people, when they eat cinnamon bun, they found it like strange at the same time.
I understand.
But especially you have so much fat in it, like you need to work in a really cold area, right?
This one is like you need just work quite fast because the dough easily dry out, and if it's dry out too much, then maybe explode in the oven like that. So next step, like we brush with the butter. It's just the melted butter. And after baking, we brush with more butter and milk. I bake it like normally in Finland we use like the wood fire oven, like really high heat. High heat with a short time. But for us, like we don't have this kind of the oven, but we use like combi oven 250 degrees.
Oh,
So also high heat, short time, let's say 4 to 5 minutes.
Okay.
Yeah. So now after the baking, we brush one more time with the butter, mix with some milk. Because the rye dough is really hard, so we need kind of to make it soft enough. We're gonna put between the towel, so need one moment to rest, so then the dough becomes like the soft enough to eat. So then we can finish like the egg butter with the caviar, just like we hard boil the egg. So whole egg we just peel it and chop it roughly short.
Okay.
And mix with the butter,
Yeah.
salt, and that's the most like typical topping for the Karelian pie. Just like the mountain of the egg butter on top, and then we add a little bit. Since the caviar is good with the egg butter, this one is the Ossetra caviar.
What about the size? Like, normally is it this size or like?
Normally
it
it's
can be-
big. Of course, it's different sizes,
Yeah.
but this one is on the tiny side.
But would they have something like this big?
Yeah, you can see like a really
okay,
big
it's
ones
possible.
like that.
Oh, I see.
But let's say basic is double size of this,
Okay.
and some
got
bigger,
it.
some smaller. But
Ah.
since in Arbor, like we also use many seafood, like many different fish, some for appetizer, some for main course. So then we serve the fish soup with that, because then we can use all the fish heads, fish bones, and that's the flavor is also like really all the traditional Finnish, like the salmon soup.
Yeah.
This moment we have sea bream, we have some murray cod, and cook with the leeks.
Even here, like it also depends on like what season, what kind of
Yes,
fish you
yes.
use, and what bone you have left,
Yes.
and then you will make it into
Yes.
soup. I see.
And then we cook with like potato, leek, and then we do a little bit more umami Japanese, so we use the dashi instead of the water.
That's why I was asking. When I drank the soup earlier, I was thinking like, when I close my eyes, like it's like in a ramen shop, I drink the soup base, but at the same time, the texture is really westernized, but it's really thick.
But you have the umami like from the dashi.
Yes, I really like it.
And then we add some cream and some infused with the dill and finish with the dill oil.
But you putting this as your first course or amu?
Depends the menu, like tonight is the second course, but actually tomorrow we change a little bit. It's gonna be first course,
I
but
see.
beginning of the meal.
I think it's a really simple introduction of chef and of Arbor here.
And I think in the menu, because then after that you have the dishes with the more acidity or some with the spiciness, some more like the, let's say, exotic flavors like that.
Exactly.
So it's kind of the warming, easy way to start like that.
And I think it's great that you also put like kind of promoting like where you're from. It's like an educational aspect there. Rather than making it crazy, keep it simple is great. Just a question, like why dill oil but not other type of herb?
Because it's already the dill infused inside. And then that's the main flavor of
Exactly.
the soup, like that.
Yeah. So this is the whole set, like your introduction of Nordic cuisine.
Short trip to Finland.
Yep.
But this one I must say is the Finland, not Nordic.
No,
of course,
not
Nordic.
even Nordic, just Finland.
Because sometimes, Nordics, we still have the Sweden, Norway,
True.
Denmark. And I think Finland is still more simple, more humble. And you can have similar things in the other Scandinavia, Nordic countries, but I think this one is really Finland.
So chef, we're doing the noodle, right? So I see like when I had it, it's a red in color. So what? How do you put the tomato inside? How do you make it?
We use like the freeze-dried tomato powder. So it's quite intense flavor, nice color. And a little bit tomato paste mixed with the water. And then the Chinese, the alkaline water, the kansui there.
Oh, so that's why it's so chewy, it's like so elastic.
But I think like again, once we create the dish, we think the flavor. Okay, if we use the tomato, like we have tomato dashi, some fresh fruit tomato, how we can increase the tomato flavor. So that's why also then the noodle, okay, let's try to do tomato noodle.
Put more and
So
more.
all the bites, the tomato is there, and different like the layers of the tomato.
So you put some oil in it?
Yes, we finish like so it doesn't stick together. We use the kombu oil. Today we do with the potan ebi. We just start this way for this season. We have this one already prepared earlier is the Hokkaido, the potan ebi.
Yeah.
We just peel it and put between the kombu, like kombu jime.
Yeah.
The kombu before we brush with the sake, boiled sake. So again the water comes out of the ebi and the flavor becomes more intense like that.
And do you need to like put it overnight or like?
No, this one just like let's say 30 minutes at least.
Oh, okay.
So a couple of hours.
It's good enough.
We're gonna use the wasabi as well. I like that the menu you have the contrast. Some dishes are blend.
Yeah.
Some dishes are then more like completely Finnish, Finland. And this one is, let's say, more Japanese in their own way like that.
That's why. As you said, that one is like a flight to Finland. And this one I just feel like, yeah, it's like a quick trip to Japan again.
And then like the noodles we do every morning fresh for lunch.
Yeah.
The afternoon we do fresh for dinner. And then we have some the fruit tomato. Yeah, some mosoku is the seaweed from Okinawa.
Yeah. And especially I think mosoku has the kind of slimy texture.
So that also helps the kind of the stick everything together like that. And this one is aosa, like the fresh seaweed now in the season. And this one is the tosasu, like bonito vinegar, and we make the jelly of that and then crush it like that. This one is the tomato dashi. Here I have maybe already 5 kilo cherry tomatoes.
Oh my god.
We crush it and then we hang all the clear water comes out. And then we infuse with like cold infuse with a piece of kombu, some bonito flakes. And then we have some basil seeds.
As I said, like the appearance, it really looks like a garden. And then the jelly make it look like ice there. And then like,
kind of
yeah,
all
my
like
mouth is watering, you know.
We have some kombu heart. So once we cook the dashi, every day we cook the dashi, so we have kombu. We keep it, we cut it the heart shape and then pickle it like that. Just for fun, like a small hidden detail like that. And then we put some more wasabi. Then we add some sudachi. I think soon also start the green yuzu, but now it's still sudachi the season. This one is like the nasturtium, like watercress kind of the leaf, so a little bit spicy also. We have some the vinegar here in the bottle, and we put this tiny drop here then.
Wow, oh my god. Thank you, Chef Eric. Like today I learned a lot from you about like Nordic cuisine, from the Finnish cuisine, and I can see like how much you love Japanese ingredients as well. Thank you very much, Chef Eric.
Thank you.
Thank you. 咁今日喺 Arbor 有機會同 Chef Eric 傾偈，其實我覺得係一件幾有趣嘅事，因為早10年去北歐嘅時候咧，其實嗰陣係算係嗰個風潮係最勁嘅咧，即係個個都話啊要去 Noma 啊，即係北歐啲嘢食好正啊，啲材料好正。咁但係我又覺得好似從來都冇真係有機會同一啲北歐嘅廚師去交流。咁 Arbor 呢度咧其實就係主張做北歐日本菜嘅 fusion 啊。咁今日有機會喺 Chef 嘅口中知道點樣去對日本嘅材料或者日本嘅料理情有獨鍾咧。原來講到就係喺個文化上面啊，北歐人嗰種好專注去做一件事咧，即係其實係佢話係同日本嘅文化嗰個諗法好似。咁我哋自己眼中都見到啦，即係阿 Chef Eric 其實都係話好似已經係半個日本人咁。你見佢嗰啲台面啲砧板啊、準備材料嘅手勢啊，甚至即係佢個髮型啊等等，即係我覺得佢係點解佢自己都係好 respect 即係日本嘅手藝嘅呢一件事。佢亦都點解咁 appreciate 可能日本菜式或者佢自己嘅料理都想反映到嘅一啲嘢咧？應該係由味道出發，個食物係應該要好味先，咁然後可能係個層次上你加多啲味道，而係每一樣食物或者配菜喺嗰度都有個原因嘅，唔係純粹係想要個靚嘅顏色擺一啲可能味道無關痛癢嘅嘢。咁所以我都係 feel 到呢一種嘅諗法其實都係好北歐人嘅諗法。咁所以真係好 appreciate 今日有呢個機會同一位北歐廚師、一位芬蘭廚師咁近距離去交流啦。咁繼續都係嗰句，如果大家中意睇呢啲嘅故事啊，想知道多啲可能一啲廚師啊或者餐廳後面嘅東西咧，即係 comment 嗰度話俾我聽，我哋都盡量去再揾多啲餐廳去同大家分享佢哋嘅故事。咁記得啦，亦都支持啦，記得 subscribe 啊、like 啊，如果中意呢類 topic 咧 share 俾你嘅朋友。咁我哋下次再見啦。